Skip it up and that up. This is a video that I should have made like 5 years ago. It may very well be the most epic and strange and creepy thing that's ever happened to me, and why I totally forgot about it until I was driving to Best Buy like 3 days ago and said, that would make a great topic for a video. Why I haven't thought about it since 2007 is beyond me. But you guys wanted to hear about it. I got well over 500 retweets on Twitter. So here it is. I'm going to tell you about my psychotic stalker named Ralph. Here it goes. So in 2006, I was towards the tail end of a job I had. I knew I was leaving there. And I had a lot of downtime, like an insane amount of downtime. And I had one of those old school Blackberries. They didn't even have sound on them yet. This is how far we're going back here. And I would just be on my damn phone the whole day, texting people, doing whatever, because like I had nothing to do with my job, literally nothing. And all of a sudden I started getting these private phone calls. Now, I pick up private phone calls because, there's numbers with friends and family that their numbers are just private. And you never know, it could be a business, it could be a doctor's office, it could be whatever the case may be, something important. So I pick up private phone calls. And this is like, I'm thinking around February of 2006. And all of a sudden, I get a private phone call. So I pick it up and, just making sure nothing serious is going on. And there's this guy there who sounds like Gary Oldman. I don't know if you guys ever watched Hannibal. I cannot think of the character's name. Gary Oldman played this like deformed character in the sequel to Silence of the Lambs, Hannibal, who sounded exactly like Gary Oldman's character from that movie. And all of a sudden, I pick up the phone call. I hear, "That's how you breathe. You breathe like this. This is how you sounded too." So and I'm like, "Hello." Breathing continued for a little bit. "Hello? Richie? Richie, how are you?" I'm like, what the fuck? Who is this? I'm like, who is this? "It's Ralph." Who the fuck is Ralph? Why are you talking like you know me? I don't know you, dude. See ya. Click. And I think nothing of it, okay? But then as the days and weeks went on, my friend Ralph started calling on a daily basis and constantly would ask me to get something to drink with him. It would be a private phone call, and if I didn't pick up, he would call like 10 times. So I would pick up and be like, "Hello, what do you want?" "Hey, Richie, it's Ralph. What do you want? You want to go get some coffee? We could go to Barnes & Noble and grab a coffee there." And I'm like, "Dude, who the fuck are you? I don't even know you. Why are you calling me?" And every time I'd be like, "No, I don't want to get coffee with you." He'd be like, "All right, fine, Richie. I'll just give you a call in like an hour when you calm down." I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And it got worse too. I remember I used to have a music recording studio, and we rented out a storage garage where I had it. It was actually a pretty sweet deal because it was they let us have electricity in there. It was heated and air conditioned. It was a pretty sweet deal. And if he would always call from a private number, I knew nothing about. I never met this guy before in my life. Still don't know what he looks like to this day. I've never seen his face. He would always call from a private number. All I knew his name was Ralph at the time. Okay, I'll tell you why I say it. I'll tell you at the time later. And he would just incessantly call over and again and over and over and over and over. And we were in my storage garage we're working on music, and he must have. I'm like, fuck this. I'm not picking this fucking freak up. I know he'll call no matter what, but eventually he'll give up. He must have called my fucking phone about 15 times, and I'm sitting there trying to work on something, and I lost my shit, okay? And I pick up, and I'm like, what the fuck do you fucking want? You fucking piece of shit, stop calling my fucking phone. And he was just like, "Richie, when you calm down, then we could talk. I'll call you later." Like we were like, either I was like his significant other or like his son or something. It was so weird. And I did call the cops too, and the cops said, "Look, he's calling from a private number. Did he threaten you?" I'm like, "No, he didn't threaten me. Do you have a last name?" "No, I don't have a last name. I just know he's called Ralph, and he calls from a private number 18 fucking thousand times a day. And they're like, look, there's nothing we could do. There's nothing we could do. He's not threatening you. We don't have any information on him. If we knew a last name and an address or something, we could go talk to him and tell him to chill out, but you don't have any of that, and you're not in imminent danger. So you just got to deal with it. They didn't say that part, but they basically were saying, tough shit, you got to deal with it. Your fat ass has a male stalker. Well, eventually, it subsided. I guess he realized that, we weren't going to have coffee and butt sex, and he gave up. So time goes on. I leave my other job, and I get another job, and it's significant where I get the job, so I will name where this job is. I won't name the place, but I got a job at a psychiatrist's office. Okay? So, I almost forgot about the guy. But at the end of the day, every day, you had to, you would get messages and people would call on asking for their scripts to be filled or a message for one of the doctors or so on and so forth. And there was a message. Now, at first, let me explain. I thought Ralph, I thought it was just someone, this is like, he was trolling me before I even knew what the hell trolling was. I thought it was just a dude who maybe had downtime at his job and he didn't like me. Maybe I made him pay too much money for a record that I produced or something like that, and he just wanted to fucking piss me off. Well, that whole theory was about to come crashing down, because as I was playing back the messages, taking notes for the doctors, lo and behold, I hear, "Hi, Terry." Won't give the doctor's last name. "Hi, this message is for Terry. This is Ralph, blah, blah, blah." Won't give his last name either, even though I remember it vividly. "I need to get my prescription filled and to set up an appointment." I think I may have squirted diarrhea in my pants at that point. Because in my mind, okay, I thought this guy was just some dick who didn't like me, who was trying to piss me off. Now, shit just got real. He was a real guy who actually sounded like this. So this means that this guy secretly fucking wanted me. I wish I couldn't make this shit up if I tried. And I remember I was all fucking creeped out at this point. I'm like, holy fuck, this dude is real. So I go and talk to the psychiatrist that he sees, and I'm like, this guy Ralph, blah, blah, blah. Last name, again, will remain off this video. He's legit. He's really a patient of yours? She says, like, "Oh, yeah, Ralph, yeah. He's kind of flaky. Like, he sets up appointments and he doesn't come. He doesn't take his meds when he's supposed to. But no, that's Ralph." And I asked, it's like, is that his real voice, though? He kind of sounds like this, like real off and weird. And she's like, "Yeah, he's an interesting guy, that Ralph. That Ralph's an interesting guy." And I'm like, holy fuck. This dude is fucking real. But it doesn't end there, though. It gets more colorful at this point. So, like I said, that was just a message, okay? And I'm like, please, God, do not let this dude actually let me talk to him, because I'm hoping that I'm out of sight, out of mind with him. But no, it was like peeling the scab off of a big, nasty, festering wound. I pick up the phone. "Hi, this is Rich from so-and-so psychiatric. How can I help you?" And I hear, "Richie?" And he's like equally as like mortified as I am. And I'm like, "This is Rich. How can I help you?" And he like didn't know what to do. He's like, I need to set up an appointment with Terry." And I'm like, "All right, when would you like it?" Blah, blah. So I write it down. And I knew right then and there that I was fucked. And lo and behold, he started calling my phone again like shit didn't stop. I'm talking like 10 times a day. Every day, he would constantly call me, and, "Rich, do you want to hang out?" "No." "Rich, do you want to hang out?" "No." "Rich, do you want to get coffee?" "Fuck no." If I didn't pick up, he would call 20 times as opposed to 10 times. "Dude, I don't want to get fucking coffee with you. I've never even seen you before. I don't know what you look like. Please fuck off." Now, the reason why I didn't instantly do something to him, in terms of the fact that now that I have information, because I know he's a patient at this place I'm working at, is doctor-patient confidentiality. So, again, he's not physically threatening me. There's nothing I can do. So I have to fucking deal with this fucking freak. Okay. So there's one time I'm driving home from work. Okay. And I didn't eat all damn day. Yes, even fat guys once in a while don't eat. And I was starving. So I stopped somewhere to get something to eat. Okay. Now, again, I get a phone call. Guess who it's from? It's from Ralph. And I've had it up the guy's been calling me incessantly, and I'm in the place. He's like, hey, Richie, what are you doing? I'm like, I don't know, Ralph, what the fuck should I be doing? He's like, you want to go grab a coffee with me? Maybe you sound stressed, Richie. I'm like, dude, if I flipped the fuck out in a public pizza place too. I'm surprised the cops didn't get called to me. I said, dude, if we are fucking meeting, I'm meeting you to beat the fucking shit out of you. I've had it up to here with you. I'm done with your fucking bullshit. I can't do anything to you because you're not threatening me, and I can't deal with you anymore. So if I'm meeting you, I'm kicking your fucking teeth in. I probably shouldn't have done that. But I was so frustrated. This guy would not leave me alone. And you know what his reaction was? You know what, Richie, you need to speak to me nicer. I'll call you back in an hour. I was like, Ralph, I don't know you. I'm not gay. And even if I was gay, you're the weirdest, creepiest guy on the planet. So even if I was a diehard Man fan who had dicks for life tattooed on my chest, you are the last cock I would ever want because you're creepy. And it just kept going. And it kept going. And he got not worse. I would say it stayed at like the same level. And finally at the psychiatrist's office, because I got a better gig, I put my 2 weeks in. Okay. And he kept calling. And I remember there was one time I picked up because, again, like I said, he would call a billion times if I didn't. And I was like, Ralph, what do I need to do to let you know I have zero interest in fucking meeting you? What do I need to do? And he said to me, Richie, we need to get together sometime. This is gonna happen. And I was like, you know what? Fuck doctor-patient confidentiality. I can't take this anymore. I'm going to lose my mind. This guy is relentless. He's not stopping. He knows where I work. And honestly, I'm creeped out. If he's this persistent, okay, and he knows where I work, what else is he capable of? All right, am I going to get shot one day coming out of my fucking job? So I said, you know what? I understand the whole doctor-patient thing, but this is insane. So I got his name, I got his phone number, I got his address, I explained the whole situation, where I worked and everything to the cop. The cop's like, look, we got his stuff, we'll go talk to him. And finally it fucking ended. From what I heard, Ralph was a married man, who, when the cop went to talk to him, I guess his wife was there, and he had to explain the situation to his wife, and that didn't go over well. And once his wife found out that he wanted to put his junk on my head, I don't know what the fuck he wanted to do. I guess he had the hots for me. I don't know who this guy is. Once that whole shit hit the fan, when his wife found out, and never a phone call ever again. Other rumor that I heard about this too is that there was someone who didn't like me, who knew that this guy Ralph was a freak, and he gave this guy Ralph my information and said, oh yeah, Rich would totally love to hang out with you. He's looking for company. And because this other guy didn't like me. But if you're ever wondering, it's so funny because a lot of people ask me, because, you know, when on YouTube, it's not just me. Anyone on YouTube, I don't care if you have 1,000 subs or 10 million subs, you have to deal with fucking crazy ass people. And there people always say to me, Rich, how the fuck do you do it? I was like, I've been dealing with this shit before I even knew what the fuck YouTube was. I didn't even really start using YouTube till 2007. So I've been dealing with wackos and trolling since before I ever knew what the word trolling was. So let's all salute Ralph and hope that Ralph never, ever, ever finds me again. This is Rich of ReviewTechUSA signing out. Have a good one.